The Entrepreneur's Library, episode 76.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Library, the only book-centric podcast that reviews all the top-selling business books and shares authors' perspective firsthand. This is your resource to finding the next great book that will enable you to grow personally and professionally. Welcome your host, Wade Danielson.
Welcome back to the Entrepreneur's Library. Today we have Heidi and Scott Shimberg, author of CoupleCeo, From the Bedroom to the Boardroom and Back. Welcome, Scott and Heidi, and thank you for joining us on the Entrepreneur's Library.
Thank you, Wade. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Wade. Look forward to it.
Absolutely. Will you take just a moment to introduce yourselves and tell us just a little bit about you guys personally?
Well, sure. I'm Scott.
I'm Heidi.
And we're CoupleCeo.
Excellent. Can you give us a little bit of your background as well?
Absolutely. Scott and I have been working together for just shy of 2 decades. We've in the process of working together, we've built and sold and developed roughly about $250 million of real estate here in the Tampa Bay area, which is where we live and we've raised our family. But along by doing that, Wade, we've really enjoyed the pleasure of just a very happy lifestyle, and we've raised 3 beautiful children, and we've really found that balance of how you can make work and be successful, but yet make sure you can still enjoy a pleasant lifestyle.
Great.
It's all about balance.
Absolutely. Thank you both for sharing that. Now let's jump right into your book, CoupleCeo, which was just made available for purchase, or about to be made, I should say, on November 11th, 2014. And guys, we're going to move quickly, but we're going to cover the top questions that our listener/reader wants to get answered. And the first one is, what was the inspiration behind writing CoupleCeo?
Well, I think I'll take that one. It's to inspire other entrepreneurial couples to share their business passion while living their life together. We really feel that having that personal fulfillment is important. And since we really feel that we figured out how to do that, we wanted to put that in a book and share that with others.
Excellent. And so, I talk frequently about how there's roughly 150 books that'll come out on entrepreneurship alone, in any given month. And that's according to Amazon. But, and I know that this isn't specifically just over entrepreneurship, but what makes your book different from others regarding a similar topic?
Well, frankly, I would question whether there's any other book out there that covers the topic of what it's like to be a couple CEO. In fact, we coined and trademarked the phrase CoupleCeo. In our research of writing the book, we found that that working together and being a partner together in life is there's something unique about that, and something that one draws a strength on for the other, and it's something that we felt passionate about to share with others, and that was really the genesis of the book.
Excellent. Yeah, I asked that to everyone, but I actually personally have not found or read or heard of another book that is on this particular topic. So thank you for sharing that. How would you guys choose for the reader to engage with your book? Is this one they should really start from the beginning and read all the way through? Or is this one that they can, jump in and out as they need and grab information?
Wade, that's a really great question. Since we write it in the form of a parable, I think it's intriguing for them to start from the beginning and go all the way through. But let's say they just need to skim something and they're realizing that intimacy in the relationship is a challenge. They could just jump to that particular chapter and just do that as an option.
All right. Now that we know a little bit of the background and the purpose of the book, let's take a deep dive into the content. Will you guys take us through? I really want to hand over the mic to both of you and allow you just to take the next 5 to 10 minutes and let our listener/reader know everything that they can expect from this book.
Well, sure. The book is written in a parable story format. So we take the story with Heidi and I taking a couple CEO out on our sailboat for the day, talking about their business, their relationship, their life, what's working, what's not. And in the context of the day out at sea, the journey of the day, we're taking them through what we call our foundational building blocks, our framework of what is the CoupleCeo methodology. in think of this as like pieces of the puzzle that all fit together to make a complete business and a relationship fit for a couple between working together and living together and having that complete life. Intimacy is one of the building blocks, time management, health and fitness, their business strategies, and their goals and dreams. So as we take them through the day on the sailboat, we're talking through these 5 building blocks.
And with the couple, and their names are Mark and Melissa, and they had a business that was handed down to them from her family, and it's in a kind of a Main retail store. And, one of the things that we discussed with them, and we tried to help them see beyond where they were really living in the now, having some frustrations because not as many people are walking through the door now that, the internet has offered so many opportunities for the typical buyer. And so we strategized with them on how they could make their business more of a niche, and also how they could possibly tie the internet into it, something that they had been very resistant to because that's not the way her family had done it. They also are in a second stage of their life. The kids are out of the house. They were adjusting to, shall we say, getting to know one another again outside of work. So we guided them through that. What were some of the other things that we really...
So you're dealing with entrepreneurial issues that everyone is familiar with from your business. Where's your business going? Who's your customer? How do we, communicate and reach that customer? To interpersonal issues of the two of them, relationship-wise. So as you kind of mix that all together between entrepreneur, relationship, and just simply how you live your life, how healthy you're going to be, from your fitness to your how your fitness and your nutrition, how well are you eating? All these things kind of all fit together to, the nice thing about when we talk to a couple that is in business and in life together, it's all these aspects affect you, not just from 9 to 5, but 24/7, because it is your life together. And where you're taking your life is as relevant as who's the customer walking through the door. These are all relevant issues that a couple CEO face as they go through their day together.
Well, and Wade, one of the things to share is that when we were preparing to write the book, rather than just having, even though we think we're pretty good at what we're doing, we didn't want it to just be the things that work for us. So we interviewed dozens of couples who have successful businesses and are living a fulfilled and happy life. And we found a lot of common threads with all of them. And so we made sure that we shared some of their anecdotal stories, but we also made sure that what we were communicating wasn't just the Scott and Heidi world, but it was truly the successful couple CEO world. So when we get into things such as, don't discuss business at the dinner table, to the importance of maintaining a date night. Because often a couple that works together, especially if you're starting a business fresh, you're working 24/7, because we all understand that's what you have to do. But if you don't take a break from that, it can break down the passionate side of the relationship. And it's really important to keep both of those going. The business can energize you, and that's fabulous, but you need to keep the rest of it energized as well.
And how you're, for example, utilizing technology tools in both your business and your personal life to manage your time, to cut out the extraneous. Did I tell you about that meeting? Yeah, sure I did. No, you didn't. It just, you're managing your schedules together because you've got the right technology that can manage that for you and not have a redundancy and repetitiveness in your day.
And we kind of bookend it. You had asked if someone needs to read it from start to finish. And of course, that would certainly be our desire, is that someone would want to do that. But we do bookend it where it begins with a sunrise story. and then it closes with a sunset story. So we try to keep some of these really nice images throughout that hopefully keep the reader engaged.
An interesting facet that we talk about in the book, as we look at any couple and we have them look at what their personality types are. You've probably heard of the Myers-Briggs personality indicator.
Yeah.
We use that to have each of the couple figure out what of the 16 personality types each of them is, and then do a cross-reference and analysis to see how that pairing, which is literally one of 256 combinations of how each type of 16 could match with another type of 16. So how is this integration of this couple going to work? What are their strengths and weaknesses? The strengths and, what are they best at? What are they not best at? And how are they going to communicate best with each other based on their personality types? So that's an interesting thing that we explore.
So you guys have covered a ton of great, tips and advice for those couples. And this next question, I think, takes it even down a level deeper, but can make it even more difficult as well. And that's if the reader, or the couple in this case, could only take one concept, principle, or action item out of everything you guys just talked about, the entire book, what would you guys want that to be?
Well, I think it's the parable that we use in the book, which is the journey that they're taking as they're going out for the day on the sailboat. And that's to pursue your passion together and enjoy the journey along the way.
And what about you, Heidi?
Well, he said it so well, Wade.
I was just checking. I didn't want to cut you off and not have you.
Not cut me off. I think I would agree with him.
Excellent. Do you guys have a favorite quote from your book? And this can be one that's resonated with some of the people that maybe have pre-read it, or this can be a personal favorite of yours as well.
I hope you don't mind if I take I kind of go off track a little bit, because there's actually a quote that we've picked up and used since we completed the book that I really think says just a great meaning, and that is the secret to a successful relationship is to work with your spouse. Because when you say that to people, they just look at you, with their eyes crossed, like, what's wrong with you? That can't possibly be true. But it truly is. We believe that, and we believe that the audience who will read the book will believe that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this next question is, every book that I think an entrepreneur wants to pick up is one that's going to have impact and create a paradigm shift. And I'm hoping that your guys' book, it sounds like it will for especially couples that are in this situation, that your book will have a huge impact on them. But this next question is, what's a book, and hopefully I can grab one from each of you, what's a book that's really impacted your life or really created a paradigm shift for both of you?
Well, and just to add to that, Wade, when you talk about the couples that this would resonate with, it's also couples that are considering working together, that maybe aren't at this point in business together, and wondering what's the roadmap to go down that we can then have our life and our entrepreneurial journey going down the same path. I believe that one of the best books I've read, and I've given this to anyone I can suggest it to for their bookshelf, because it's been on mine for years and years, is Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I think it's just a wonderful book that, again, gives you that framework of what the building blocks are for life, for business, for the whole journey.
And Heidi, do you have one as well? Great choice, by the way, Scott. I'm a huge fan of that book. So
yeah, I got to sharpen the saw.
Yep.
Any chance you get.
I think another book that's timeless in a different way would be The Road Less Traveled, and one that I just think it's a very good base for people to have as they're exploring and trying to go deeper in their personal relationships or in their business.
Excellent. Well, Heidi and Scott, before we depart, can you recommend the best way for our listeners to get more information on you both and CoupleCeo?
Well, I think the best way would be to look at our website, CoupleCeo.com, and there they could find out about the CoupleCeo community.
About us. Lots of things.
There's a lot of content there. We're all about producing a lot of content, and I think they'll find it there. And we're excited to share with others and find out what's worked for other folks in the audience with couples that work together. Give us what you would suggest are the things that work for you. We'd love to hear it.
Excellent. And a lot of authors, sometimes they try and leave a plug here and they'll say, they feel shame for leaving a plug. But do you guys have any products that you guys actually currently sell as well? Or is it all free content that's on that website?
It's the majority of the content on there is free, but there is an opportunity for them to join the community. And by doing that, they can get even more.
Okay. Excellent. Do you want to mention that on here? Because Our goal here is to provide value for the listener, and if this is an entrepreneur and a couple, or again, like you're talking about, a future couple, and they can get value out of it, I'd love for you to again, it's not a plug-free zone; it's kind of the opposite. It's a plug zone. So if you have something, definitely share it.
Sure. Well, we invite everyone to get the book. It also gives them an introductory membership into the community, into the CoupleCeo community from the book. So that would be a perfect way. Read the book, go onto the website, and then take a peek at the community.
Excellent. Well, that sounds like a huge value. I think the community, some of the groups that I'm a part of and some of the products I've purchased or services, the community is really the most valuable asset of the whole thing. So the fact that you guys have that, I think, is extremely powerful. And Heidi, Scott, thank you both for coming on and sharing your book. And I can't wait to hopefully have you on in the future again if there's another book coming out.
Well, Wade, we appreciate the time today, and love following what you're doing, and you're doing a great service for every entrepreneur out there.
Thanks again for listening in today. If you would like to get your hands on CoupleCeo or any of the other resources mentioned by Heidi and Scott, just look at the show notes at the elpodcast.com.
Looking for your next book idea? Head over to the elpodcast.com, where Wade shares his amazing resource, the top 10 business books recommended by over 500 entrepreneurs, with you for free. That's the elpodcast.com. Till the next time, keep it on the EL.